this video, we shall be looking at the turning point application of differentiation. Kindly follow this channel for more updates. Imagine you are given a curve in this form. At this point, let's say n is the maximum turning point. And this point, let's say m is the minimum turning point. At any point in this curve, the gradient, which is dy dx, changes. At this point, it is positive. Dy dx is positive. Then at the turning point, the dy dx is equal to 0. Then at this point, along this axis, it is negative value. Along this axis, it is negative value. And at this turning point, the minimum turning point, the dy dx, which is the gradient, is 0. And at this axis, it is positive. Consider this example. At what value of x is the function 2x squared plus 8 minimum? In this question, we are asked to find the value of x at which this is minimum. And to solve this, we have to use the gradient. We already know that the gradient at the minimum is equal to 0. This implies that if the dy dx is equal to 0, therefore we can differentiate this function. And the differentiation of 2x squared, the gradient now is dy dx, is equal to, differentiation of 2x squared is 4x. Sorry, there is x here. And the differentiation of 8x is 8. And this is equal to 0. Therefore, we have 4x plus 8 is equal to 0. And making x the subject formula, then 4x is equal to minus 8. And x, if you divide by the coefficient of x, you have minus 8 divided by 4. And x is equal to minus 2. This is the final answer. Consider this example 2. You can as well be asked, at what value of x will this function x squared minus 3x plus 12 be minimum? At what value of x will this be minimum? And to solve for x, we have to differentiate. And we already know that dy dx, which is the gradient, is equal to 0 at minimum and maximum point. Therefore, the dy dx is equal to the differentiation of x squared is 2x minus the differentiation of 3x is 3, and the differentiation of 12, which is a constant, is 0. And this is equal to 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. To solve for x, we have to make x the subject formula. And with this, we'll have 2x is equal to 3, and x is equal to 3 divided by 2. And this is the final answer. Consider this example. At what value of x does 12 sine 4x minus 10 attain its maximum? And to solve this, we have to differentiate. We already know that our dy dx is equal to 0. So we have to differentiate this function. And for us to differentiate this function, we are going to apply the chain rule. That is function of a function. Assuming we have y to be equal to 12 sine 4x minus 10, then we can say let u be equal to 4x minus 10, and du dx is equal to differentiation of this 4x is 4, and differentiation of 10 minus 10, which is a constant, is 0. Therefore, we have that our original equation is y is equal to 12 sine u, and dy du is equal to 12 cos u. But we already know that u is 4x minus 10. Therefore, we can say that dy du is equal to 12 cos 4x minus 10. And dy dx is equal to dy du multiplied by du dx. We already have dy du to be this expression. Dy dx is equal to 12 cos 4x minus 10, and du dx is 4 multiplied by 4, and this will be equal to 4 multiplied by 12 is 48. 48 cos 4x minus 10. We already have our dy dx, which is gradient, to be equal to 48 cos 4x minus 10. But remember, at maximum, the gradient is equal to 0. Then we can say that 48 cos 4x minus 10 is equal to 0. Then we have to solve for x. And we can reduce it to be 48. If we divide both sides by 48, it will be cos 4x minus 10 is equal to 0 divided by 48, 0. And 4x minus 10 is equal to the cos inverse of 0. And 4x minus 10 is equal to cos inverse of 0 is 90. And making x the subject formula, this 4x is equal to 90 plus 10. And 4x is equal to 90 plus 10 is 100. And if you divide by the coefficient of x, the x will be 100 divided by 4, and this will be 25. This is the final answer. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any question, feel free to email us at science elearningacademy@gmail.com. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel as well. Thank you.